Здесь реально можно выиграть сундук. Я его выиграл уже. Посмотрите, вот здесь вот был сундук, я чистый, как машина думал, разгадывал чисто. Вот. Никаких понтов, просто я... Ладно. Машина, ебать.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Опа. Капуста. И сейчас капусту. Фортанула ебать. Я запомнил просто расположение. Не думал, что он повторится. Дайте мне 4 хотя бы. Спасибо. Ну, ладно. Убрали вопрос, ну и где у тебя сокровища? Если еще капуста, я иду обратно. Ладно. Е-мое. Так, ну вот здесь у нас. Значит, здесь чисто. Ага. Ёкарный бабай. Так. Капусты. Одна бомба, по-моему, на... Да, одна. Значит, здесь чисто. Опа. Так, здесь бомба. Угу. Так, у нас и здесь бомба. Здесь чисто. Так. У нас либо здесь, либо здесь. А еще у нас бомба вот здесь. Значит, здесь у нас чисто. Сука. Так, здесь чит. Ага. Так, у нас бомба вот здесь. Ё красота. Чего? Я просто понял, что вот здесь бомбы и... Ё-моё.
A little dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning.
Кстати, я Райден так и не выбил шапку на криты, но я поэтому поставил вот эту. В принципе, нормально.
I'll catch up.
Пошли за Аято тогда. Ну, я понимаю, но... А. Стоп, туда? Какого?
This place impresses me every time I come here.
We'll just wait here. We don't want to cause any
Ayaka wouldn't mind.
Honestly, even if we did come with you, we wouldn't know what to say or do once we were...
All right then. We will.
Тома?
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing. Now what should I do next?
Ayaka, Toma, it's us.
Hey guys, it's been a while. If you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh? That voice. Toma, would that happen to be the Traveler?
Yes.
Greetings, Traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head of the Kamisato clan, and Yashiro Commissioner. Kamisato Ayato.
Ок.
Greetings, both. I have long been indebted to you on my sister's behalf. Finally, I have the chance to express my profoundest gratitude to you in person. Ayaka is out today. If you are here regarding anything related to the Kamisato...
Oh, hi. Your flattering words flatter us. Please excuse...
Why on earth are you talking like that?
Well, he seems like a pretty powerful person. He's already working his way up Paimon's list of people to never mess with.
Да ты Богу перешла дорогу.
As soon as he stands up, the whole atmosphere in the room changes, and it feels like you gotta...
You shower me with praise undeserved, my little guest. There is no need to be quite so formal. This is a private residence, so please...
Oh, good. Because that whole spiel was really tiring just now. Alright, now that that's over, Paimon's just gonna ask the question. We heard a rumor that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato are gonna get married soon. Do you know any...
Oh? I wouldn't have thought you'd heard about that yet. I see. Well, it's true. It wasn't long ago that the head clans of two commissions are to become joined through marriage. Since the Yashiro Commission presides over cultural and ceremonial affairs, it closely involves us, too.
Yes. And since the commissions are kind of the face of the Almighty Shogun...
Right! Makes sense. Too true.
It is. High-profile missions are extremely rare.
All right, then. I'll be sure to pay them a visit to send the best wishes...
No need.
Huh?
This is a marriage between the Kujo clan and the Hiragi clan. The work of the Yashiro Commission, but she is presently occupied with other matters. And and would you two care to join me? I presume you two have a special... This being the case, why not...
Oh, it's not as interesting. We just agreed to help deliver a letter this one time, that's all. Although, wait. Does that mean we helped make this wedding happen? All right, then.
I cannot thank you enough. Your mere presence shall surely mean...
Wait, you're the Yashiro Commissioner? But you...
Small talk is a chore. Of course, there are some people in the world who quite enjoy doing... Toma, I'm heading out with my two guests now.
Not a problem. What's wrong? Are you worried about having to be on your best behavior around my lord? Don't... Well, the vast majority of the time.
Здесь, по-моему, какой-то диск был. Где-то видел. Да.
Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
Ah, you're finally... Oh, Yashiro Commission.
They're friends of ours.
So it's true. Well, there we have it.
Great, so our hunch was spot on.
It is a little inappropriate for me to have shared news of this magnitude with you. So I would be much obliged if you could keep it in strict confidence until...
Don't worry, sir. We get...
That puts my mind at ease. Now,
Of course not.
I guess this is where
Oh, cheer up, Shanujo.
I'll try.
Сейчас к ним бог заявится. И как вот так вот им сделают.
Glory to the Shogun and her everlasting reign.
Да, слава вечному. Слава Галактазару. Ну что тут задницу такой. Пидорас ебаный. Сюда можно было отдельно войти.
All right, then. Please excuse me. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Thanks, Ipe. I apologize that your impromptu visit comes at a busy time for us, Commissioner.
Стоп,
Otherwise, you can
ты
be sure
стал
that we would have
главой?
prepared a more extravagant reception.
I don't mean to impose, Sir Kujo. In fact, I'm not here on official business. I heard the good
Так ты же
news about
проиграл
yourself
Сёгуну.
and Lady Hiragi. What a glory...
I'm truly honored. I hope the new...
Hey there! We came to congratulate you as well.
Since the incident with the Takatsukasa clan, things in the Tenryo Commission... I'm still acclimating to the position of acting head of the clan. I just hope I'm up to the task. so I can live up to everyone's expectation.
You're far too modest. The public thinks very highly of you. They say you're hardworking, upright, and responsible.
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't have achieved anything without the support of my people. Thanks to them, everything is gradually stabilizing. And
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
come on now, you're embarrassing me.
То есть ты сражался с Сёгуном? Мы тебе и письмо относили? Ё-моё.
Pardon me,
It's perfectly all right. Please, continue. I'm quite... It's a joyous occasion. Light-hearted is exactly how things should be. Really, who stays stony-faced when talking about a wedding?
You're right. But I am curious to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing?
Of course, no doubt people will offer you a...
Indeed I am.
So, please be confident. When your mind is made up, you... Nevertheless...
Please, go ahead.
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryo Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But if you choose now, of all moments...
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself, Sir Kamisato. This has been my... Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me, so although now may not look like the best time...
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. Well, sort of. She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation, I went to meet her, and it's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter.
Huh? Really?
She didn't say. She just acted confused by the whole thing. She really committed to it. I'll never forget the look on her face.
Oh.
Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending, so I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter, and then I proposed. After making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details of the wedding.
Okay.
We did. I guess it was a chance. And you know what? I think it was about time.
Нифига вы как... Блин. Ангел, блин. Специально так свет поставил.
No matter what happens next, I will always be there for her as the one person she can always rely on.
Oh, give me a break. Sorry, but Paimon's been wanting to say this the whole time. Is it just this dude, or does everyone in love act like this? He just won't stop talking.
Apologies, my friends.
Far from it. On the contrary, no surer evidence could... I wish you a joyous wedding when the day comes.
Yeah, even if...
Thank you all.
We have some other business to it.
Very well. I'll see you out.
He seems busy. That must be true for anyone about to get married.
You're right. What do you think, Traveler? He chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi. It bothers me also. But, unfortunately, attempting to seek the truth of them...
Yeah, how come? Whenever we come...
I see. So that's how adventurers think. In my opinion, we face two obstacles in this case. Firstly, we have very little information to go on, and I must be cautious about taking... Secondly, and more importantly, the person involved doesn't seem to care. If we intervene without his blessing, good in...
You do have a point. Kamaji...
Everything in the world is intertwined. What looks like a simple outcome is often the result of multiple conflating reasons. Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious process. It would be inefficient. Sort of. My opinion is something like this. If the outcome is positive, and no one was deceived or harmed in the process, we don't know yet. After all, we don't know what... I have to say, I'm impressed by your ability to zero in on the issue from such a short meeting. Most insightful of you. You are...
Huh? But Chisato and Kamaji have already talked everything through, haven't they?
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. I wish to know Hiragi Chisato's...
Makes sense,
Don't worry about it. I was planning to visit the Hiragi clan to deliver my... If she's as committed as... Well, life isn't always a smooth journey.
There is still much to prepare for the... Should we also invite some prominent business leaders?
At the very least.
I agree. Ah, hello there, Yashiro Commissioner. To what do we owe the honor on this fine day?
As it happens, I'm here regarding the same wedding I believe I heard you discussing just now. Would Lady Hiragi happen to be
All ladies entertaining guests right now, and we're not entirely sure how long...
But please, do come in. We will arrange...
Hey! Paimon is not an attendant!
You misunderstand. These two are dear friends.
Кто такие свиты?
We don't wish to impose. Apologies for the interruption while you're busy with preparations.
Nonsense, Commissioner. No imposition at all. This wedding is a joyful occasion. We're merely doing the best we can to...
When the time comes,
Ты же был
invite
против.
everyone in the clan,
Даже
even
была
the general...
запретная
That
любовь,
sounds
нет?
splendid. We'll leave you to it.
Take care, Commissioner!
Seems like you guys talked a lot without actually saying anything.
Hence why I dislike small talk. Our timing was not ideal, but never mind. I spotted a stall on our way over where we can pass the time. The owner always manages to come up with novel ideas. I'm one of his regular customers.
Oh, it's Tomoki!
Ah, it's you. Good to see. Seems like you're always showing up with a VIP in tow.
Oh? So you know...
Yup, we tried his dango milk a while back with the almighty Shogun in Inazuma City.
Ah, I see. I'd caught wind of this dango milk, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with you two. I always order one of his creative drinks whenever I pass the stall. The flavor... When I noticed he'd set up shop in Rito, I simply had to come by.
Oh, thanks to you all, my business is finally beginning to take off. More, it gave me the confidence to decide that, on the one hand, I wanted more people to be able to try out my culinary creation. So I gave it a lot of thought and finally came up with an all-new business concept.
Sounds interesting.
I've decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all, as well as dango.
They really all go well with milk? Hard to imagine, but who knows?
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here? Would that be okay?
Well, I guess so. Any novel ideas. The whole idea was to let my customer...
Excellent. There are a few things I'd like to try. Lavender melon, seagrass, and sea ganoderma.
Морская водоросль с молоком — это... Ну...
What? You wanna mix...
I do indeed.
You really think that's gonna turn...
It's all about the experience. The taste is secondary. It's great to try new
Ты
things.
потом срать будешь долго.
Traveler, any thoughts?
Ладно, давай фиалковый.
Sounds like a risky choice. Are you sure? Well, okay.
3 milks with lavender melon, please.
Ah, no problem. Give me a sec.
Отравить.
Here, your milk is ready. Give it a...
Yep, just as Paimon suspected.
I think it tastes all right. It makes me feel in touch with...
Your review seemed pretty positive, but Paimon still...
Taste is your key concern, yes?
Obviously. Tasty food and drinks are some of life's most...
Well said. If I could say the same was true for me, I believe I'd be a very content man. Yes. No one has unlimited energy, and I try to conserve mine for the things that really count. To create some mental breathing room, I try not to overthink the less critical matters. Having my sister attend public events in my stead, and having Toma as housekeeper has also been a great help, and allowed me—
We're just passing the time here, though, right? Is there anything else to think—
One or two things. Let's continue this discussion somewhere. I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence. No, it was just a small detail. I was curious to know their thoughts on the wedding, so I asked them. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan, but—
What do you mean?
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-Commission. Hiragi Chisato is the sole remaining pillar of her clan, but now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belonged to one of the assisting clans to the Hiragis, I would not be feeling optimistic about the future. But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said they were delighted for them. These are not unintelligent people. I highly doubt it is because I imagine they didn't want to discuss family issues in front of outsiders.
Да что ты так громко говоришь, если хочешь в угол
Still,
отойти?
the more I think back over that conversation, the more it doesn't sit right. Keep a close eye on them, Hisashi.
Yes, sir.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
This is one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
Merely doing my duties, sir.
Keep a close watch on the clan representatives we met.
Well received.
Oh, and
Позвал бы
I almost forgot.
Саю.
That milk I just had? Please order one more and deliver it to Toma.
As you wish, sir.
Oh no, poor Toma.
Sir Kamisato, Lady Hiragi's previous engagement is now concluded. She's waiting.
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see her.
Chisato?
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi. How?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home. You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time to come.
But of course. The Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful—
Thank you for your— This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one and face whatever the—
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises have comforted me a lot.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, in case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers.
Oh! Really? Him?
Mm-hmm. He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very— He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of line. I was quite shocked to see him so agitated. But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time. He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan.
It's just two families becoming one big family, though, right?
Traditionally, in Inazuma, after the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I went a... I'm so sorry. I can't believe I'm making my guests listen to me complaining.
No
Да, мы за
problem
этим
at
и
all.
пришли.
The Yashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy.
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
Fancy lettering, you say? So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
When it comes down to it... yes, I think so.
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh? But then...
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter, who knows? Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with...
I understand. As you say, but my position does matter. Kamaji and... But now,
Marriage is the most important. It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that to be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest...
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think...
Oh, wait! Let me see...
Thank you, Lady Hiragi. Traveler, let...
Я запутался с письмом. Ничего не понял. Мне нужно поймать, чтобы та все объяснила.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different... Ayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told...
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commissions the more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato has yet to see it. We must be
Strange?
Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible, and if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious and... Think about this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. It doesn't... When someone's words and actions do not match, you need to infer their intentions from their behavior. Yes, it's a smart strategy. even had the forged letter failed. But if the letter were to achieve its goal, as it has so far, with Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan, actually, we have evidence. His name...
Shinojo?
He should be back.
Yes, sir.
Да, Пайман, ты на него смотрела, так что...
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes. His name is Shinojo.
As I expected. They cannot afford to let this opportunity pass. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo, but after Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts.
But why did they suspect...
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation.
No way! Whew. But Chisato got what you meant.
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. They will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's own wishes. Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated. Treated like a pawn with even her merit. Despite all of this, she still believed that when she formally marries...
Marriage is such a trap.
Easier said than done. The perpetrators are manipulating everything from the shadows, letting unsuspecting pawns do their work. We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop... At this stage, But first things first, we must go and rescue Shinojo. Tell me where Shinojo is. We'll head off right now.
Так я... Ладно, 84 уровень нормально.
Stop this.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our master. No one else.
Really? Then please, excuse me.
Да ладно.
Who goes there?
Он выносливость собирается тратить? Харам гапов, фуцу что? Да нахуя так много текста? Венок.
Soldiers, quick!
There is no escape.
Take this!
Attempts back. Escape.
Blast. We must report to Master right.
Hey, get back here!
No need to follow them. We need bait to catch the fish anyway. I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side.
What the? It's a tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the
Let's follow it and see.
Где? А.
Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea. Oh, wait! You have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme.
Calm down, Shinojo.
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, everything is unfolding rather as we expected. Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next move is imminent.
Yashiro Commissioner.
This situation has the almighty... Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Find somewhere safe and stay, Traveler. Paimon.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner, I hear you showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission. Now,
I heard that someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, Shinojo may be your retainer. But the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson. Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. I truly agree. I dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise, why would you describe it as out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was... Even if she marries into the Kujo clan, Lady Hiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiragi clan and the most distinguished member of the Konjo Commission. We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything. Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset our lady. How could one do such a thing, even if we put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity? I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
Darn it! This guy is good. Annoyingly good.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie two knots. I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. If you catch one, The best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off, and the reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away.
I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Kanjo Commission?
Far from it. In my mind, the Kanjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious, and it is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady...
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations.
The evidence is standing right in front of me, is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said... Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by... someone with... You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play... In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, you have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined your once bright... I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura.
Is that right? Then tell me, this is at most a Kanjo Commission issue. We'll handle this... You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be... I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Kanjo Commission and Tenryo Commission. Because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission... So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up this marriage.
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have...
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is... The notices have already been sent out. All of Inazuma City knows about... Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting. But you could... Once the notices go out, that's it.
I see.
So suddenly...
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I...
Kamisato Aято...
You've made your move. Now...
What do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and that... Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes... marginalized as a consequence of this union? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you. That will be all for now.
Hey! What was all that?
They had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming. Let's see how things are in Inazuma City. Then, I'll take you through the...
Да вы задолбались со своими планами. Я хочу просто ивент пройти. Почему здесь искатели приключений?
Look at this. The daughter of the Kanjo Commission's Hiragi.
Sounds like an all-around perfect match.
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems...
Good luck to them, I say. I'm sure it must...
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
It's still too early to make that conclusion. Our adversary wants to push this marriage past the point of no return. However, we can still beat them at their own game. But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
Shine down!
Да ты сука.
I must leave no stone unturned.
А чё вы на Дзуме никто не реагирует?
I'll catch up.
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden. I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, about that.
I see. So someone's trying to...
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But...
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love.
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your protection. Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help to get through the hard times ahead, which perhaps suggests that, deep down... I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not. I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent, gentle, resilient. For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay with that?
I love her with all my heart, and would do anything to make her happy. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated by other people. Yashiro, Commissioner, you're right. It was naive and selfish of me to take them, but it's too late now, isn't it? There are notices every...
I have a plan, but it needs a Sir Kujo, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists. But it is not without its risks. Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this, then let's hear it.
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiragi clan. And the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjo. The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about Lady Hiragi's feelings. And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjo Commission as soon as possible. Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer...
I see. This is an ingenious plan. It takes advantage of the situation perfectly.
Exactly. By doing so, we can even strengthen her position in the Kanjo. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind them, then we simply leave them to...
Got it.
So the network of connections?
We have to make sure that the behind-the-scenes story comes to the attention of our dear friends in the Matsura, with whom I spoke. In that case, Sir Kujo. It's almost time. My ninja has located one of the informants.
А он только завтра будет, Дима.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him.
Did you see that? Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
Что подозрительного во мне? Я просто путешественник.
The Tenryou Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess it must have something to do with the wedding. I think in all there must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujo Kamaji being overcautious.
The news is spreading fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort the bride. I have to investigate.
He ran off!
As expected. Let's follow him.
Wow! It's like...
Excuse me, has something happened on this road? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place.
Ah, please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, the wedding of Sir Kujo Kamaji and Lady Hiragi, Sir Kujo decided to send for Lady Hiragi ahead of time and have her live in Inazuma.
I see.
We are here to clear the way for Lady Hiragi. Not just us either. You'll see more Tenryou Commission members as you go further along. We're all here for the same duty.
Isn't this a little excessive?
Sir Kujo holds Lady Hiragi in the highest regard and wants to treat her with the utmost respect from beginning to end.
I understand. Sorry to... Drat. It's exactly as Master feared. They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiragi to leave Rito. Wait, no. If Lady Hiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. But we're in no state to defend against the Tenryou Commission. I must tell Master right away.
Зачем ты это в стул говоришь?
He ran off again!
That should do it. The seeds have been sown. In this atmosphere, mounting suspicion. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment.
Are they really gonna own up and apologize?
If you're curious to find, I have some other business. In any case, we've made our move. Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out in Hiragi Chisato's best interests.
Серьезно?
That was kind of abruptly. Are things really gonna turn out like he predicted? Paimon too.
О, это уже конец. Не.
How much longer does your master plan?
I have no idea. We're stuck in limbo here. Master's been very on edge these past few days. He gets irate over the smallest things, and is suspicious of everything. I understand that he's anxious, but I mean...
Yeah, good advice. If Lady Hiragi is really taken away, then what would...
maybe we should...
Иронично, что я сразу на них наткнулся.
Hello. How may I help? We arrived here 2 days ago to escort Lady Hiragi to Inazuma. Sir Kujo Kamaji gave us very strict orders. Since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we decided to stay in Rito until Lady We apologize. It was not our intention to stay here so long. We promise our presence here will not impact ordinary people's lives. We can only hope that the leaders of the Hiragi clan will start to cooperate soon. If this stalemate continues, who knows? Sir Kujo might give us orders to be less accommodating.
These people from the Tenryou Commission have been here for days.
I guess they're here to pick up Lady Hiragi. But why would it be taking so...
I heard that the Kanjo Commission suddenly said they don't want Lady Hiragi to leave. To be honest, I'd be hesitant if I were her. A crowd this size comes to Rito? Who knows what they could...
Shh, stay quiet. Someone might...
Oh, right.
Хоть кто-то додумался тише говорить.
Hiragi Chisato is now at the center of every conversation in Rito. By now, the Kanjo Commission probably knows how important she is. But what about what she thinks? Oh, let's go and see.
Oh, Traveler! I assume you've heard about everything.
Don't worry, we can explain everything. So, what happened was...
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to have any direct contact with the Tenryou. I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. Now it all makes sense. I'm sorry. I haven't. Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. Maybe everything would be easier if I simply didn't have the choice. I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I keep thinking back to what Sir Kamisato said. This is supposed to be my bright and beautiful future. But what I can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely refuse to go through with it. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also, now that things have escalated to this point, it will be tricky to resolve.
Ah, Lady Hiragi, here you are. You scared me for a second. I thought you'd gone missing.
Кстати, а это разве не ты отказался драться с Сёгуном?
You? Wait, you're the ones who were with the Yashiro Commissioner that day. What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to...
Calm down. They're my friends. They're just here to...
Friends? Lady Hiragi, I told you already, these are exceptional circumstances. You are extremely important to us, and to the entire... Who's to say they don't have a hidden agenda?
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say it!
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung lately, seeing everything as a threat. Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. Her arrival might well be your very last chance to fix this. The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where this is not an order.
Understood, my lady.
Good job, Chisato.
I was so nervous. But I thought, yes, well...
We had a serious discussion and reflected on our mistakes. In all honesty, no one can handle the weight of the situation here. I'm so sorry. My actions were... Would you please give us a second chance? For my lady's sake, please give the conjure... I suppose you're right. The only person who can change the Tenryou Commission's mind will be the Yashiro Commissioner. We'll head off to the Kamisato estate shortly and beseech him to help us with the utmost sincerity. Lady Hiragi, might I ask you to join us? You... By the way, aren't you a good friend of the Yashiro Commissioner? Please put in some good words for me.
Пошел нахуй. Зачем ты смотришь на меч? Он два меча.
Yashiro, Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Tenryo Commission has now occupied Rito. I realize I have greatly offended you with my atrocious actions. And I realize also that this must sound like the
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare before my next
Залипая на
engagement.
мече.
I fear this leaves no time for small talk. So, please, if you would be so kind...
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Everyone at Lady Hiragi is indispensable to us. We promise to always support. So, would it be at all possible for you to...
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. What do you plan to do about this? To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath?
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation. We'll do everything we can to minimize the impact.
Master Matsura, you should have known it. But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujo and I may feel at this present moment. If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. But Lady Hiragi and the inhabitants of Rito are innocent. If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the Tri-Commission's reputation. Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean. Songbirds who know how to hold a tune can be very pleasant to listen to, but they can also become irritating if they don't know when to stop. And as for the ones with excessively long tongues, well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all. But it doesn't take a moment to cut out their tongues and silence them for good.
Yes.
I've listened to your concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujo for you. But I can't guarantee that he will change his mind.
I understand. Thank you for...
All right, you ought to return now. I'm sure you...
Okay, then please excuse me.
Ah, yes, Lady Hiragi. I have something to tell you.
Oh? What? Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person just now. It felt so...
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will. I did as I should. But now, I'd like to take off my...
Oh, please.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult period. My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the My mother loved him dearly. She passed soon after. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Yashiro Commission. Behind the scenes, everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burdens, hindering the... It may sound preposterous now, but I assure you that is the truth of what the Yashiro Commission has been through.
Huh. Pretty similar to how the Kanto Commission...
Back then, I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister to... I didn't mind what became of me. But my family... No one can ever be allowed to Fortunately, I persisted, and the Kamisato clan was able to survive.
I think I now know where my sense of loss and confusion was coming from. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me in a way that no one else did. I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now is the same one he faced when his clan was in crisis. He bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. And now, it is time for me to make a stand.
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow you to decide how you want to live the rest of your life. It might not sound exciting, but this kind of personal growth is a necessary step in the pursuit of...
And I'm sure I can get there. I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiragi clan. I'll think about marriage again after everything is more settled. This puts less pressure on Kamachi, and means I can
My best wishes to both of you.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. I am now, if you'll excuse me...
Take care, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. In fact, my reason to...
She really has the air of a leader now. Hats off to you, Chute.
In fact, our rival this time...
Even so, anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiragi clan straight.
Что за внезапное освещение, Пайман?
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity to make less trouble for myself. Perhaps for Master Matsura, a stable nation is the prerequisite for... But human desire... All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability. Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new and unfamiliar one.
There were so many things at play over this... wait a second! You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning, were you?
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything I said... If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise for the rest of your life. I didn't want to see her suffer because she didn't realize what she was getting into. Now, she has the chance to become her own person.
Okay then, guess we'll have to wait and see.
Стоп, а Пайман всегда искрила?
All right.
Looks like everything's resolved. Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor detail. I somehow ended up with the glassy very peculiar.
Didn't you like it? I distinctly remember you saying you are quite partial to exotic...
Oh!
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure she's made a great impression on you.
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against me had she and her companion not been present. It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the heart of the matter.
There you go again, my lord. Placing the focus on other people while discreetly performing your job to perfection.
Naturally. Ah, yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few days ago.
Все? А типа срывания судьбы не будет. О!
Actually, I don't think there's much point continuing that game. I'm pretty sure I don't have a chance of...
Well, I've forgotten where we left off amidst the activity of the...
if you say so.
Хорошо, что они не сразу исчезли. Я думал, они сразу исчезнут. Какие нахрен мимолетные сны? О, Господи.
Born of ice and frost.
Нихуя.
Leave it up.
Я благодаря Сёгуну это сделал.
Next on the agenda. Shine down. I must leave.
Не, лучше. Я мог случайно к ней подойти и начать. Ужас.
Next on the agenda. Steady us.
Разбитая маска. Пятый уровень дружбы с Сёгуном. Крутяк.
This trip has allowed me to gather a good number of materials. Thank you. I'll be sure to put them to good use.
Дилюк, ты куда?
This trip has allowed me to gather a good number of materials. Thank you. I'll be sure to put them to good use.
Блин. Это хорошо. О. Куда тень? Сейчас подойду. Я вернулся. и фиши я забыл прокачать, но зато есть дал зеленый лук прокачанный. Хуен. С чего ебать? Я либо блестяще тупой, либо я что-то не понимаю, откуда? Фишель, а где она? Где Фишель? Вот он. Ты откуда это взяла? Как ебать?
I created another universe and founded paradise for I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt.
Как ты это делаешь, Фишель? Как? У тебя артефактов нет. Оружие стоит до шанс крита. В пассивке у лука ничего нет. Да и если я лук сменю на лук охотника, у нее все равно плюс 8 будет. Как? Ты кто такая? Я не понимаю. Пассивки у нее такой нет. Ну, вряд ли это первое созвездие. Я не понимаю. Ладно, пошли сёгуна. Едь. Заставляют меня проходить.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate.
Indeed, I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? A narc?
Yes. We are not sure where exact. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good.
Is the Tenryu committee?
Yes. Their main priority, the Adventurers Guild, is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu. You have our deepest gratitude. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift...
Relax. The sacred sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Keeping the sacred sakura safe was Kazari's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it! Time to teach him a lesson!
Спасибо.
Next on the agenda...
They're attacking the sacred sakura! Stop them!
Born of ice and frost. There is no escape. Ha! Inazuma shines eternal. Ha! 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 Illusion shattered. Ha! 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 There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Да, и по КД.
There is no escape. Access denied.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help! Come on, travelers, you can take them!
Fire, fire, hands on fire.
Сейчас Райден придет.
Torn to oblivion.
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two.
Сёгун Райден под вопросом.
It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryu.
Okay, sounds more like A. You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some...
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous Rift Hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura...
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost,
and this homeland that the people had worked the monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, but an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with—
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters near—
Paimon feels so safe. Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters... This color!
I'll keep an eye on you.
Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Someone needs assistance.
We are lucky. The damage is not serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be, but... What?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this.
What happened here?
Who are you? What do you... Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, we will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious. Every last trace of humanity's existence.
But look!
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of... The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... You're back! Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma...
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But... what do you mean?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters.
What? But how? Just moments ago, I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine.
Huh. I think I understand. Oh, yes. We were right to place our trust in the almighty Shogun. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed an entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, It presents in the form of a purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
Малышка Мин?
So the memories of the ones that died are...
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others... The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it...
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies...
Hey!
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. Powerless. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps, as Inazuma's god, it is high time warriors of the past who spilled your blood on this land. I will never forget you. And all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on.
Так это корни с сакуры?
There are a load of rift hounds here too.
Leave them to me.
Има только на нее. Прикол. Кстати, характеристика не поменялась.
Shine down. Inazuma shines eternally. There is no escape.
А почему главная героиня не может с ним справиться? Мы постоянно с ними сражаемся. Кстати, сколько стало? По-моему, столько же, сколько у меня. А, не, у меня чуть меньше. Но я ей еще пожертвовал. Как так-то? У меня критов побольше. еще у них нет прибавки этой электроурона, да? То есть у меня и посильнее даже будет.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and...
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply... Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must...
makes sense. Spoken like a seasoned show. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely... Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Hmm? Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master, and though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a gift. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, after all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Yeah.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far. Most of the residents in this... And now the Almighty... Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless. People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts. And I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over just listening to her stories. One thing she always... So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have... It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went darker. Once this catastrophe is over, life is... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me. The Almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious... One moment, I'll just... Where in the... I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens and...
Can't see it.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious. What if I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves? That would be most discourteous in...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant
This place is... complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memory. Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the Almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much. And it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
What's on the agenda?
How's this? To the very end. How's this? Finally, No.
It's the Traveler.
And the almighty Shogun! How might I be of assistance?
I wish to borrow it.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the traveler. Please.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he...
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if the philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality.
You and Makoto had pretty different views.
Indeed we did. It was, in her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky. Now, it seems like she was right.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary. More, an ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something in... To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane... But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was... on the...
Do you feel your...
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now... I know...
Almighty Shogun! I found a tea set. This one in...
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not...
It's all good, sir.
Let us return. We ought not...
А он не испарился уже там? Испарился. Я так и знал.
Hey, he wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not...
So we didn't even have a...
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were... Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself.
Блять, ты готовить даже не умеешь.
The tea is ready. Please give it a try.
Обжигающий горячий.
So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure. You're right. But the things we've seen... I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back At the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light-hearted. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saiku, they also took Makoto away from me.
She died in that disaster?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead.
Ужасно.
At this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or... yes. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision,
That's quite a story.
when I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, no one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one
Может,
to
у них
have noticed
смешались
it appear
воспоминания.
suddenly out of thin air.
У нее смешались воспоминания с ней.
In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters.
This is all really hard to understand.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced...
Brother? You mean to say That he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Он там был.
What we've learned so far?
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, and also, my mind was consumed entirely with the so.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Boy, both of you have experienced...
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
Next on the agenda...
Сейчас, подождите секунду.
It's so nice to de-stress. Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do. If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Я вернулся. Куда там?
We're way behind schedule.
Once again, please leave.
Hey!
Fear not. Fight. Illusion shattered.
What the fuck?
Are you alright?
Это что сейчас было?
Torn to oblivion.
Это что такое? Сёгун у меня вырубился.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just we'll deal with. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end. Come on, man. They're coming.
Don't. It's too
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in— This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the almighty Shogun!
Ладно.
All hail! Time to go! I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up. Someone needs assistance.
You're in for a little shock.
Leave it all to me. No touching.
Куда ты пошла?
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so—
Thank you all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was true. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be— Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City and regroup with—
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely—
Well, what are you guys gonna—
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let— We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face—
Just leave it to us. Fight it. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can— No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth—
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you,
Они уже не бьются.
claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory
to the Shogun!
They're gone.
it was both. The people's
Сейчас, стоп,
sacrifice
подождите.
has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone.
Сейчас
in
дочитаем и
their final
закончим.
moments. The result being that in the century, you could take the view that whatever, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well,
thank you for your comforting words. I used to think, but what Inazuma needs more than— Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need— Yes, they— As the Raiden show—
well said.
Change will come, no matter how— Now that
Слишком
we've
много
dealt,
букв.
I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to—
Alrighty then, let's— It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets she seems to have— Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like the situation— No need. She— I need to go to the—
Why?
A battleground.
Что что ж, на этом будем с вами заканчивать. С вами был я, Рока. Всем удачи и всем пока-пока. А и зовет Макото, как я понял. Так что всем удачи и всем пока. Пока-пока-пока.